This is Occupier Cable. I am back for the new Smith Federal Building here in Illinois. Several groups have come.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for coming out today. If we can get everyone to sort of move toward the street, we're gonna. I don't know if you just saw it, but the mobile billboard is here. It's going to be driving around, so we want to kind of gather near that for pictures.
We have a variety of signs. Anybody want them to
Yes, there are signs. We need a few volunteers. We have. This is Pat Reinert. I think many of you know him. He just started with us. I was starting line too. So we have 5 big signs that we need people to hold. Raise your hand if you want to hold a big sign. Oh, okay. We have these big signs. Thank you, Pat. And then we need a few volunteers for our banner. Stand in front and hold the banner.
Where are we supposed to stand?
I know. We gotta figure out. What do we have?
Okay. Take the other side.
I have more.
You're first. Where do you want? You're first. You're second. You're third. Where do you want us?
There's the person who has the job sign. So it's upside down. You need to flip it.
Oh yeah. And you're on.
Yeah, you gotta go at that end.
Wow, I'm impressed.
Okay. And if everyone could gather in tight behind. You guys look great. Thank you.
Don't you ever wonder why the other 98 don't just ignore Grassley and
Right.
Absolutely. Hey, Clark.
Yeah, I need to get him off the Judiciary Committee.
Where are you going?
So, I know I've met pretty much everyone here, but if I haven't, my name's Matt Sinovic. I'm with Progress Iowa, and a number of us are with a coalition called Why Courts Matter Iowa. I want to thank you for being here today and standing here and holding these signs and calling on Senator Grassley to do his job. So, first of all, thank you so much for coming out here today. This is day 49. It has been 49 days since President Obama nominated Merrick Garland to fill the vacancy on the Supreme Court. 49 days. To give you some perspective, it was 42 days after being nominated that Justice Scalia received his first hearing in the Judiciary Committee. 42 days. And I believe it was 36 days after she was nominated that Ruth Bader Ginsburg received her first hearing. So Senator Grassley's obstruction of hearings on this nomination we are already well behind schedule. It is also unprecedented. Another number that you should remember is the number 0. This has never happened. Since the Senate started having hearings for Supreme Court nominees, every single nominee has received a hearing unless they themselves withdrew from nomination. Every single nominee. So this obstruction by Senator Grassley and the Senate Republicans is truly unprecedented. And those are the stakes that we're up against. So while we are calling on Senator Grassley to do his job, standing out here holding signs, having great mobile billboards such as this, holding events around the state, I mean, this has been a grassroots movement for the last 2.5 months. We have had more than 30 events around the state. When I say we, I mean Progress Iowa, Why Courts Matter, Iowa Citizen Action Network, One Iowa, Americans for Democratic Action Iowa up in Waterloo, League of Conservation Voters, Planned Parenthood, NARAL, AFSCME, Iowa Federation of Labor. I mean, it goes on and on and on. Hey, Mike. And so this is truly a broad-based grassroots movement.
This is still Granite.
This is still what?
This is Granite.
You're on Walnut.
I'm in Walnut.
Yeah, you're on Walnut. Yep. You're Walnut and
In
between third and second.
Right from the federal building.
Yeah, you're from the federal.
Thank you.
This has been a grassroots movement for the past 2.5 months, and it has led to more than 900 stories in the press about how Senator Grassley needs to do his job, and that's a testament to the work that you are all doing and the effort that we're all putting into place. So more than 900 stories in the press, and as of Monday, we saw a poll release that showed Senator Grassley's approval rating dipping down to 42%, which is the lowest it's been in decades. So this is working. We need to keep the pressure up. We need to keep pushing Senator Grassley to do his job, because as we found out last night, what Senator Grassley is trying to wait for is President Trump. He's trying to wait for President Trump to appoint the next justice on the Supreme Court. So we really need him to do his job and to do it now, to get Merrick Garland at least a hearing.
We don't need Judge Beauty on the Supreme Court.
So I want to thank you all again. I do want to invite, if there are others that would like to speak, we sort of have had an understanding that if anyone wants to speak, you're welcome to do so during these demonstrations. So if there's, I don't know, Keenan, if you want to say anything, or Sue, or Ken, you want to say anything? Yeah. Rob, you want to speak?
I actually like to add something. Yes, that's right.
Senator Rob Pope.
Yeah, thank you. First of all, I got to speak yesterday in front of this moving billboard in Cedar Rapids. We had a great story on KCRG, and here's I am increasingly concerned. Two things. First of all, great history lesson for Matt Sinovic. But remember, this is not just an ordinary planned vacancy. A justice died in office. And I've looked at every justice who's died in office back to 1910. Every one of those positions has been filled within 6 months and 13 days from the date of the death of the justice. So at that rate, we could have this seat filled by the end of August, just in time for the 2016-17 term of the United States Supreme Court. And you know what? It actually matters to have a Supreme Court that has 9 justices. We need 9. That's what the law provides, and we need 9 to be able to resolve decisions. So that's important. But I am also increasingly concerned about what this says about our constitutional system of government.
Yeah.
I mean, this is not a routine appointment for some federal agency. This is the justice who has been nominated, the person who has been nominated to be the 9th justice on the United States Supreme Court, the co-equal branch of government. And we cannot allow obstruction, unprecedented obstruction, on something this significant to stand. We must do everything we can to get Senator Grassley to do his job. We need to give him every opportunity to do the right thing. And if he doesn't, we have to hold him accountable this fall. So thank you for being here. Keep up the pressure. Don't let him dismiss you as a robocall, and let's win this fight. Thank you for being here.
That was Senator Rob Pope.
Well, good afternoon. I'm Sue Dinsdale. We just spent 2 days talking about the federal courts with our allies from all across the country. And it's important. It's important to every single American that we fill this seat. And Senator Grassley is stopping it. He is having town hall meetings later this week. One tomorrow in Bedford at 3:45, and then in Mount Air at 8 a.m. and Leon at 10 a.m. And we plan to be there Thursday and Friday, asking the questions. And we'd invite you, if you know anyone in those communities, tell them to come out. We need to hold him accountable, and it takes all of us to do that. So thank you.
Thank you.
Hey everyone, how are you guys doing today?
Very well.
Yeah? We're ready to get Senator Grassley to actually do his job, right?
Yeah.
Well, my name's Jordan Pope, and I'm here with Patty Judge's campaign. I know Patty would have loved to be here herself, but she's actually on the road on her way to Jasper County and Marshall County
before the big forum tonight, which I hope you'll attend that forum and hear from our Senate candidates. But if anyone knows anything, Patty knows that Chuck Grassley has continued to move further and further to the right. He's decided that he doesn't care about Iowa values and rather cares about standing with party leaders in Washington. And you know, after 40 years of being in D.C., maybe Grassley's been there a little bit too long. So maybe it's time that we bring someone with Iowa values and knows that instead of obstructionism, you stand up for the people of Iowa and you work to get things done instead of feeding into party politics and Washington bureaucracy. Right. So thank you all for doing what you're doing. Thank you for coming here and sending a message to Senator Grassley that it's time that he does his job and forgets about what Senator Mitch McConnell tells him to do and does what Iowans want him to do. That's right. He's seen a decrease in his poll numbers in recent days, and it keeps on going down. We're going to have a great election in November, and we have the great opportunity to finally send Chuck Grassley into retirement, which is long deserved. Wouldn't you say so? Yes. Yes. Well, thank you all. If you want to know some more about Patty's campaign, I'm here for a little bit. I'd love to talk with each and every one of you. And let's make sure that we go out and vote. Early voting has started. And in November, let's go and send the final message to Senator Grassley that we're tired of him not doing his job and we're ready to put someone in who is going to. That's right. Thank you. Okay. Would anyone else like to say a few words before we wrap up? Okay, go.
My name's Cheryl Bolden. Like many of you out there, I'm a veteran. And when I raised my hand, it didn't ask me if I was a Republican or a Democrat. It said, will you go? And I said, yes. So I'm very extremely disappointed with his decision not to represent Iowa. I've known Senator Grassley for years. I've never voted for him, but I have talked to him at least annually. I listen to what he has to say, and I expected him to go to Washington and represent Iowans, and he did not do that. Mr. Braley told us what was going to happen, and did it happen? Yes. Yeah. So it's time for him to go. I call his office or communicate at least once a month how unhappy I am, and I'm going to do everything I can. I dropped my absentee ballot off for my choice for our candidate against him, and I came to this rally. So I just keep on working. Thank you for having this rally.
Okay, a couple of other resources I want to make sure that people know about. There's a website, grassleydoyourjob.com. It's pretty easy to remember, grassleydoyourjob.com. On that site, there are links to call the senator's office. There are links to write a letter to the editor. If you go on that website, it'll help you write a letter to the editor. There is also good research that you can share on social media and get the word out to your friends and family in that way, as well as news about upcoming events. So please visit grassleydoyourjob.com. Is there anyone here who's interested in driving down to Bedford tomorrow, town hall meeting? I'm going to be going, but I can drive a few people with me, or have a few people ride with me if you're interested. So if you're interested in going tomorrow to Bedford or to the 2 town hall meetings on Friday morning, chat with me afterwards. We can get you a ride, and you can ask the senator directly to do his job.
There's another website, too.
There's another website. Oh, yes, there's another website. This one is a lot more straightforward. It's IsChuckGrassleyDoingHisJob.com. And I'll kind of give away the ending. It just says no. It's kind of a fun thing to... We will update it if he ever does. But right now it says no, and for the foreseeable future, we predict it will say no. So thank you again for coming. We've done this at the other demonstrations as well. It's an easy chant. I'm going to say Senator Grassley. You say do your job. So, Senator Grassley, do your job! Senator Grassley, do your job! Senator Grassley, do your job! Great. Thank you.
Yeah! Thanks, Pat!
And if we could get if we could actually gather in front of the mobile billboard kind of on either side so we can see the message, I would love to get a group picture. And I'm going to tell them to hang on.
last night, yesterday, you voted.
He was.
People are going to stand in front of the ad truck.
Thank you. Y'all great.
Sorry about that.
Good job, Matt.
The wind knocked my